How to train your mind to attract unlimited wealth. They'll call it luck. They'll call it chance. Some will even say you were born with something they never had. But what they'll never see are the nights you wrestled with your own doubts. The mornings you woke up with nothing but a vision and a fire inside your chest. Wealth doesn't respond to wishes. It bows only to those who command it with the full power of their mind, focused, relentless, and crystal clear. You were not born to be average. You were not placed here just to survive. You are here to build, to rise, to take reality and mold it into a masterpiece forged by thought and hardened by action. Here's the truth no one will tell you. Wealth is not something you chase. It is something you attract. By becoming the person who deserves it. By training your mind to think, act, and believe as though the fortune is already yours. If you can hold the image of your success so vividly it burns behind your eyelids. If you can discipline your thoughts with the precision of a master craftsman, then wealth will not resist you. It will flow to you with the certainty of the rising sun. This is not about getting rich quick. This is not about shortcuts. This is about becoming the type of person wealth cannot ignore, because of what you believe, how you think, and who you are. Every fortune began as a thought. Andrew Carnegie once imagined steel shaping the future. Thomas Edison envisioned light replacing darkness. Henry Ford saw cars not just for the wealthy, but for every dreamer bold enough to drive into tomorrow. They trained their minds to obey their vision, to tune out the world's noise, and to follow a song only they could hear. And that is where wealth begins. Your mind, the command center. Your mind is the soil where all results grow. If it is full of fear, doubt, and distraction, no amount of hustle will save you. But if it's saturated with belief, clarity, and burning desire, not even 1,000 failures can stop you. Wealth is first created in the unseen, in silence, in solitude. It begins the moment you decide your life will be extraordinary, and you back that decision with faith that refuses to bend. But faith alone isn't enough. You must think not loosely, not casually, but deliberately, with discipline and direction. Most people live like radios tuned to static, picking up every frequency of fear, failure, and mediocrity. They drift, react, and wonder why wealth avoids them. The answer is simple. They've never trained their mind. Guard your mind like a castle. What enters your mind enters your life. Do you fill it with doubt, gossip, and scarcity? Or do you flood it with vision, purpose, and the sound of your future calling? The wealthy think differently. They don't look at what is. They look at what could be. They don't ask, can I afford this? They ask, how can I create it? They don't fear failure. They feed on it. Failure, to them, is not defeat. It is data, direction, and refinement. How to begin your transformation. Wake up before the world drowns you in noise. Find silence before chaos. Sit with your thoughts and design the life you want. Do not let yesterday's failures or today's news write your story. You write it, like an architect with a skyscraper, every detail, every line, intentional. Each morning, program your mind with clarity. Not, I hope I make it. Right pointing arrow but, I will. Not, someday. Right pointing arrow but, today, I move. Wealth isn't outside of you. It's on the other side of your discipline. The wealth frequency. Success is not a destination. It's a rhythm, a pulse, a mental frequency you lock into. You will be tested. Life will throw storms, doubt, and rejection at you. But a trained mind does not break. It adapts, it sharpens, it endures. Wealth doesn't come because you're lucky. It comes because you've become the kind of person wealth trusts. The roots, not the fruits. The world flaunts fast cars, glitter, and gold. But those are fruits. The roots lie buried in unseen work, in silent hours when no one is watching but you keep showing up anyway. Wealth is a frequency, and your mind is the transmitter. Scarcity spreads like a virus with words like, I can't. Abundance begins with a whisper, there is more. There is a way. The greats heard that whisper, and followed it when no one else believed. The mind of wealth. Thomas Edison failed over 10,000 times. He wasn't delusional. He was devoted. Walt Disney was told he lacked imagination, rejected, broke. But he had a mental blueprint so vivid he could already walk through Disneyland before it existed. That's the mind of wealth. Seeing it before anyone else does. Holding it until the world catches up. Clarity creates power. Wealth doesn't respond to vague wishes. Not, I want to be rich. That's noise. Define it. How much? Doing what? Living where? Until your vision is sharp enough to paint, you're walking blindfolded. Write it down. Speak it aloud. Make it so vivid your subconscious accepts it as reality. When that happens, your actions align, and your results follow. Wealth is a reflection. Wealth isn't a number. It's a reflection of your standards, your mindset, and what you tolerate. Raise your standards, and your results will rise with them. Plant the seeds of wealth. Thoughts are seeds. Every day you water them with emotion, repetition, and focus. Plant seeds of wealth. Plant seeds of abundance. Plant thoughts that say, I am worthy. I am capable. I am building something greater than myself. Wealth begins in your mind before it ever shows in your account. The turning point. Knowledge, books, and motivation mean nothing until you decide. Desire is a spark. Decision is the fire. There comes a moment when you must stop hesitating and go all in. No guarantees. No map. Just vision, faith, and relentless action. That is when the universe responds. The wealth mindset. Wealth is not built by chance. It is built by trained minds that think differently, act decisively, and refuse to retreat. You don't need permission. You don't need perfect conditions. You need conviction, bold, unshakable, undeniable conviction. And when you walk with that, wealth follows. Final truth. Wealth is not about lifestyle. It's not even about money. It's a state of being. It's how you think, how you move, how you respond to chaos, failure, and opportunity. Once your mind is wealthy, the world has no choice but to catch up. Repetition is the sculptor of destiny. You won't become what you visualize once, but what you visualize and condition daily, until it becomes your new reality. So repeat it, install it, live it, because once your mind is trained for wealth, everything else will follow.